Well, the wait is over, and it definitely was not worth the wait. I mean, we are about, well, it's September now, isn't it? We are 4 months away from the Africa Cup of Nations, and this absolute crap is what we're taking into it right now. This, right, first of all, we've dropped it at about 11:30 at night. I mean, what were they doing all day? Flipping watching This Morning and Loose Women. Why have we dropped a squad? Could you imagine Gareth Southgate with England releasing a squad at like midnight? I don't really understand it. Anyway, it's here now. It had to be dropped ASAP because it was getting ridiculous. And first of all, there are no sort of new players. You saw Morocco bring in Ammi Adli from Leverkusen. You know, Guinea-Bissau got Carlos Mane. Angola got Ivan Cavallero. You see, Ivory Coast got a new keeper, haven't they? In goal from Angers. This is no new players. Now, Ait-Nouri is not here. Obviously, we expect him to be here very soon. I think it's literally just an admin paperwork error. He will 100% be here if he's fit in October. But if we had a normal FA that would do things on time, they had the whole summer to get the Guri thing done, then he would have been here now. He's not. So no Ait-Nouri in the September squad. That's not a cause for concern. He should be there in October. That was expected by many sort of media outlets. I haven't got an issue with the Guri thing because he's coming. Okay, that's fine. But there are some positions here that are woeful. We have gone a 4-year cycle from the last AFCON. Ups, downs, trying to find the right new players, the next generation. And the headline inclusions are that we have gone back to Sofiane Feghouli and Baghdad Bounedjah. Feghouli and Bounedjah are back. So we're effectively back to square one. So I'm not really sure, and this is a manager, by the way, that signed on till the next World Cup, till the summer of 26. I'm not really sure where the forward planning is in that. You're not going to take Feghouli and Bounedjah are here pretty much for one last dance. I mean, you might as well call Rasenbolhi, and he's just signed in the Algerian league for CRB. I don't know why he's done that. I don't know why he's on huge wages there. But even he can't get in this. But you might as well if you put in Feghouli and Bounedjah in there. So let's go through this position by position. But my overall general reaction is that this is very underwhelming, disappointing. I mean, Tunisia are getting players from Brighton's under-21s. Morocco are actively working to get everyone. They've got Ammi Richardson, they've got Ammi Adli. They tried to get Lamine Yamal. Of course, the Spanish got him. Everyone is doing business. It's like, it's deadline day now. It's almost like a mini transfer window. Our business is getting Sorgan and Feghouli back in the mould. I'm not sure that's ideal. Anyway, let's start with the positions. Now, the goalies, we know Mandrea and Zugba are 1 and 2. We don't know what order. You might as well bring Rasenbolhi back. If you're going to put Feghouli in, just bring Bolhi back as number 3. And the experience he'll give that dressing room. I don't understand what Ben Bort is going to give. He's not going to play a single minute. He's not going to play. He might come on against Tanzania for about 2 seconds. It's pointless. These 2 games, the manager has got to play Mandrea in one, play Zugba in the other one, and after that you've got to start giving one of them the number 1 shirt. We're not going to get to the group phase of the tournament and play Mandrea game 1 and then Zugba game 2 and then back to Mandrea game 1. You've got to know from now, son, who your keeper is, because he's just unprepared. So this international break, by the end, one of the questions I want answered is, flipping, is it going to be Mandrea number 1? Put your arm round one of them and put faith in them. Stop dropping them every 5 minutes, Jamel lad, and tell me, is Mandrea number 1 or is Zugba your number 1? Because if you don't know, how the hell are they going to know, and how are we going to know? So, honestly, I don't really understand that. Defensively, your 2 right backs are, well, it's interesting. So Mehdi Larice, even though he started off very well, moved to Stoke City, but he's playing there as a winger. But even at Sampdoria, he was a winger, and for some reason, Balboni said he's a cracking winger at Sampdoria. I'm going to play a right back. He's been left out of this squad. So clearly, we spoke about with the injury risk to Yusuf Atal, you take him, you risk wasting a space effectively. He has got Yusuf Atal and Van den Kerkhoff above Larice. So he sees Atal. And by the way, Van den Kerkhoff is now also in Ligue 1. He's at Metz. He's a teammate of Akija. So he's playing in the same league now as Atal. So it makes sense. So we know his first 2 first choice right backs are going to be Yusuf Atal and Kevin Van den Kerkhoff, assuming they're fit. Atal's looked good when he's fit, never been in doubt. It's always been his fitness and his physicality And Van den Kerkhoff looks very good, and he's pretty much worked his way up from playing in Luxembourg 18 months ago to now playing for Bastia and then Metz in Liga. So Mehdi Lloris will feel hard done by, but I think you will see him back into the fold if he finds himself having to play over Atal because of Atal's injury. And then left back, obviously you've got Ben Sebaini in there. I still think Ben Sebaini is very much a centre half in this setup. Ait-Nouri's back. We love seeing Ait-Nouri when he made his debut at the start of the year. Started a few games this season already for Wolves, so that's a positive, to be fair. Rain Ait-Nouri's got to be in and got to be starting games, both games. Lucif is in here. He's actually gone to the same club as Mahiors. They're both playing in Switzerland. It's got to be a backup. Hadjem's not played any minutes, so he's not here. Laroussi's not here. I don't know why. So it's Lucif behind Ait-Nouri. I don't think I want to see Lucif play at a minute. I don't think Lucif will go to the tournament. And then your centre-halves, like I said, it's going to be these four. It's going to be Ben Sebaini centre-half. I don't know which two are going to play together. Mandy's always there. Tugay and Tuba, who's moved to Lecce in Serie A. So that's a really good move for Tuba. Him playing in Serie A, higher level than playing in Turkey. That's a brilliant bit of business. So defence is there or thereabouts. I think if you take out Lucif for maybe Laroussi and Hadjem, and you pretty much got your defence for the tournament there. So that's not a big deal. I can't really argue too much apart from the Lucif one. Now the midfield is a shambles. Obviously Benassa's injured. Then you look at Aouar, came off injured with Roma. So Aouar is in this, but obviously at the time they called him, they weren't aware of the injury because it happened on the Friday night, half an hour into the Milan game. Aouar has scored for Roma this season as well. So we may or may not see him. Adley's not kicked a ball. Bentaleb's gone to Lille. He's not kicked a ball. Those are the two next in line for me, and they're both not here. And I think an unfit Bentaleb is still better than a Zorgan, for example. Or I'm still not convinced by Abdelli playing in Ligue 2. Obviously, you know, Victor Lacau, that bridge has been burnt. Zerouki started one game with Feyenoord and got taken off after 25 minutes. We know I don't rate Zorgan at all. He should be Zorgon. Every time he's played for us, he's either been useless or subbed at half-time. You cannot rock up into an AFCON, right, when you've got teams like Morocco with Amrabat and Man United, and we've got a Zorgan playing in the Belgian chocolate shops. It's just not going to work, full stop. Abdelli at Angers in Ligue 2, I mean, that is just, no, this is not the level. Kadri at Kortrijk, Kadri I like, and Kadri should have moved to at least Ajax or something. Kadri's underrated, I'm okay with that. Boudawi's at a good level, not starting for Nice, and again, when he puts the shirt on, and this is a Boudawi that had bags of potential, he went to the AFCON in 2019 and he won the whole thing, even though he wasn't a regular starter, but he was in that dressing room for the ambiance, for the vibes. We're saying he's the potential to replace a Gudjura or a Feghouli one day. Just not fulfilled that potential, potentially overhyped to me. And then Sofiane Feghouli, I made a video about it, people were laughing. Well, there you go, he's in there. He's not in there to be the most attacking mid, because look at the players that are in there, like Aouar, like Shaibi. He's not going to be that further forward midfielder. He's going to sit. So we've got all that nonsense, and we're back to Sofiane Feghouli. Now, I love Feghouli, but it's a brave call, and doesn't mean they're still going to be at the level. Feghouli was not even hugely involved in that World Cup qualifying campaign for Qatar. So, you know, Feghouli is a legend. It doesn't mean you've got to call up Bulgaria and Antar Yahya and all these people, because they're amazing, but they're in their 40s and 50s now. So that's the midfield. No Adley again. He's got to get out of Milan. He's got to move. Bentaleb has moved. He'll be here next time, I'm pretty sure of it. Benassa we need. Hopefully Aouar's fit. This has got to be to look at Abdelli, Boudawi, Zorgan, Zerouki. Just don't inspire me. And when you see Feghouli play at 40, I think you'll still find him better than a lot of these. The wingers were fairly self-explanatory. You've got Mahrez and Boitnani on the right. Adam Ounas picked up an injury. Kel Surprise, not too much of a shock there. Saïd Benrahma has established himself now. No use of Belaili. That's how it should be, right? Belaili reportedly involved in some sort of criminal bust-up involving machetes and whatnot. This guy's bad news. Keep him out. Shaibi in there, very good. He's going to play a lot more further forward, I think. He's in here as a forward. Might have seen him as a winger this time. He's been a number 8 in the centre of the midfield recently. Boitnani's very exciting. I want to see more minutes from him. Amora had to be in there, now playing in Belgium. He'll go to Anfield in the Europa League. That's going to be a really good experience for him. It wouldn't be surprised if Amora ended up at Brighton one day. Obviously, Slimani's not kicked a football for 4 months and then gone to Brazil. Delors not here. Obviously, Gori we spoke about. Baghdad Bounedjah not played a lot of football recently with Al Sadd. He's another player that has been injured. He's in here. With so little options, I'm not surprised. If Baghdad Bonaja had one working leg, he probably would have made it into this squad. And Mahiors, who's gone to Switzerland, like I said, the same club Yverdon that Lucif went to, he's bagged a few goals already in the Swiss league. He's someone that I don't rate, but I'm willing to give him a second chance to prove himself. It was in the last squad. He didn't do too much. But when you look at the options we have, and Mahiors and Mora Bonaja, unless you get Delors in, Gori will come. There's not too many options for that forward position. So obviously the likes of Mehdi Laris can feel hard done by. Feghouli back in, no Belali. But looking overall, if you rock up with that, and you see in the last video, we look at what Senegal had, you're scared. You look at this, it's like a bunny rabbit really. It's not frightening at all. So you're looking at probably, let's say Mandrea goes in goal with Atal, Ben Sebaini, probably two Gayatuba and Ait-Nouri. Feghouli, Awar and Kadri or Zarouki. Clearly what was an interesting point here is that even though Mahrez has gone to Saudi, Mahrez is still very much a big part of the plans. We're thinking, okay, he's gone to Saudi Arabia. Does that mean Riyad Mahrez is still a big part of Belmadi's plans? Well, clearly it is, and of course it'd be ironic if he wasn't, because Zugba, the keeper, who might be number one, is playing in Saudi Arabia as well. So clearly Mahrez is very much a part of Algeria, won't be left out because he's gone to Saudi. I'm sure prior to moving there, Belmadi would have given him assurances. So that is the list we look forward to playing Tanzania and Senegal. There are no uncapped sort of new, never been in the squad before players here. Very much business as usual. I've got to say it's weaker. You know, Feghouli in there, Atal in there, Bonaja in there. It's not as strong as it could be. It needs meeting up. But if, like I said, if we go into the AFCON with that, we're going to get absolutely twatted. It's got to be, particularly in those central midfield areas, who's good enough to go, who's not good enough to go, finding the best right back, Atal or Van den Kerkhoff. I think both could do a job. Getting Ait-Nouri minutes, finding the best centre back to play Ben Sebaini. I think Ben Sebaini will play left centre back. He's very good with his left foot. Who's going to be the other centre back? Midfield three. Mahrez will be on the right. We don't know who's going to play up front. They've got to fight now for their position and impress, because next time Guri's coming for either that left wing or that centre forward spot. So you let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.